Do you know, I never smoke inside. And I don't actually do love, really, obviously that well. So then I've just had communication with someone I absolutely adore, absolutely love, and actually, because I was reflecting on actually last night with the little, it was a dove, that little baby was a dove. So, as I said on the video, I don't know if I put it on, but obviously there's a few on there. I was outside and the dove was on obviously the neighbour's garden with the cat, playing, you know, not kindly, but obviously it was blessed. That dove is actually quite wounded. It's got some deep slashes, which isn't nice. To then I froze, that flight or fight, you know, mode, and I just said, and I'm not upset in a negative way. I'm actually really grateful, but it's just made me realise, which is really random, that. So let me just quickly do a disclaimer. Disclaimer of a diverse language. I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm a fuckabreeze from the fuckabreeze planet. If you do not like fuckabreeze, please kindly click the fudge nuts off right now. I swear by the moon and the stars and the sun and the sky, I will go outside and look up tonight, I promise, divine. Yeah, no, I haven't been, obviously, the last couple of nights. So I was out there and I actually just said on this letter to someone I absolutely adore, to stand there and freeze, watching not only severe pain, full fear, no control, complete unknown, am I going to die? Bless that dove, you know, and you can see it all in the eyes, in the body, you know, and then just having the cat, you know, just waiting for any kind of, do you know, in a human it'd be like a word or some sort that you can, oh, you fucking done that. But then to the cat, it's just like, oh, it's moved, you know. You know, the cat obviously has no idea, but human beings do, especially when they're intentionally trying to kind of not only emotionally and mentally manipulate someone, but actually break them or have a go at them to then just malice, you know, maliciously kind of really severely harm them if they so kind of want to. Yeah. So I stood there watching, you know, it was however long. To stand there and watch is too long when any life is obviously in a traumatic whatever. So then I reflected it on me and my loved ones and anyone actually that I communicated with last year or for any profession kind of in general. And obviously I've had many come back this week, which is amazing, and I'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, with this, with that, I reflected on actually the pain, physical pain, emotional and mental torture. Like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? This is, you know, you're then, you know, to then the heart frigging, oh fuck, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. To then, oh my God, you know, it's going to get me, it's going to get me again. It's not paranoia because it's physically there. And it was with me, physically there, whoever that people or persons or whatever are or were or whatever. Do you know what I told you kind of weeks ago? I'm done. I've actually, not only have I proven it by other people just still being present to their actions, whether they're still hiding or whether they're present, it's amazing. Of obviously negatives and they're minority people. But to watch that, I actually took the principle kind of reflecting. That's how actually not only my loved ones, and I say my loved one, people that are pure hearts, and actually did try and didn't have a go. And actually many didn't. So the ones that did kind of just shine their own truth out, don't they? But yeah, I know how you felt by actually not only seeing my body go really kind of skin and bone to then come back to then go back, you know, that's awful to watch someone actually suffering in general. To then, you know, make a choice of actually jump. So I had to leap over the fence. And it's not that high, but actually I was like, shit, there's a neighbour. I don't want to upset or, you know, scare them. And it just reminds me of my mum. But also all the people right now that actually fear communicate with me because they done nothing wrong, but they didn't know how to help. And that is understandable to the point I literally removed every single person out of my life. The only one that I have spoken to was my sister. And again, like last night, I'm just removing out of my life just because of the kind of give and take. And actually I have to come down a peg or two, because it's not her fault either, because she's challenged with, actually, I've known our dad, we've known obviously all our life, to then actually have all the facts that I put out. You know, that's heartbreaking for anyone to know him as a friend, to then actually put judgment, which is easy, on me, that I'm crazy or on this or that. So then possibly if they did see, actually I'm not, you know, I'm actually just intelligent, I've been suppressed for a reason, and actually those reasons were just because of other people's really severe, really torturous actions, that then, you know, whatever else came from that. And I'm not saying my dad participated in actually that with my mum, but actually my dad was aware of it. And when we're mindful or knowledgeable or actually have truth about anything, and when it's, you know, penalising a life of actually harming them physically, mentally or emotionally, or actually in a legal capacity, or actually in any capacity that they're hungry, or, you know, they need a lift or they need a hand, it was never there. It was there for me, but what I saw was actual resolution to my health, and I focused on my health because I didn't know what the fudge nuts was wrong with it. Then obviously, thankfully, meeting, as I do, magical people every day of my life, to then finding out, oh, you know, I always said to my ex-partner, stop projecting your crap on me, that I'm not only doing it, that I'm actually, because I have nothing to do with it. I'm just actually trying to get you to support you. You know, I'm supporting you, guiding you and assisting you to resolve it. All of it, whatever it was, and not knowing ever that actually I was the target, and that was all a creation, seemingly, of complete, you know, whatever. So, you know, and there's so much more. But so then obviously on my YouTube right now, all my videos have been deleted from the past, of everything, apart from those 3 videos I put on last night, which is really interesting. And it's done. I don't care. It's out there. People know who they are. If someone's, you know, you know, we all know in our hearts and our heads and in our own particular truths. And to bring that all in alignment, it's not spiritual, it's just basically the truth. And words are really manipulating, and actually I've had it actually every day of my life, to then thankfully spreaded it out over a little bit more time in, to then actually had it over the weekend, and obviously kind of today, to then be like, do you know what, you need to grow up, it's got nothing to do with words, it's your actions, mate. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, and I know when people hurt, they're actually trying to cover up shit because they can't deal with their own bullshit, so they can't actually express it. And express it or not, you don't actually slag another person off or more just because you can't handle your own shit. That's wrong, you know, and it shows that not only are you immature, you're irresponsible, you're actually everything else of a negative, because you can't own your own bloody shit, you know. And whether negative or not, when you're actually penalising someone else, that's the negative that you're bringing into play, because you're doing it all for yourself. So, but yeah, to stand there and watch that bird and actually not only feel sense, know exactly what it was feeling, just from actually my experience of my recent whatever, and long term, I reflected actually on people that are really, really true and have really, really honourable hearts, and have, equally as I've always said, suffered, and I always felt they were suffering more than me, because I do enjoy my days every single day, because I make a point and my choice to actually enjoy it. But yeah, it's difficult sometimes when we can't explain, because we're bloody exhausted, to then, you know, kind of things end up in a conflict, whether it's because of other things and just the volume, or it's understandable. But when communication falls, that's when actually the conflict kind of occurs, because there isn't any communication. So then you have to assume, and your presumption, your perceivement, it's all bullshit, because actually we're creating it for ourselves. And that's another reason why I literally removed everyone out of my life, so I could focus on purified my love and light to dishonourable people of kind of possible severe or actually severe, I feel, actually a risk of harm to possibly many more if it continued. So they all know who they are. They all know who I am. Everyone knows if they know, because they've done it to them also. But actually, I have not been wrong in standing up for what is actually appropriately right, and asking for appropriate assistance, appropriate support, appropriate guidance when other people have actually... I could be dead right now if I'd have given up, not only myself, but actually if I hadn't connected with so many magical people around the world, you know, to then I was thinking when I had that operation, and that surgeon was amazing, because she came, you know, obviously the operation, and I was obviously under a little bit longer than possibly I was required, because obviously, well, I wasn't required, the tube and the esophagus spasms, obviously that if that had locked, that's obviously a risk of death, and that's why the gasologist wouldn't do the camera after that Christmas 2016, because it was a risk of actually all going wrong. So it is all actually logical, and I knew that at the time, and I said, well, it's understandable that the camera won't be done, because actually if that does collapse, I'm dead anyway, possibly, or obviously then I have more kind of, you know, and I always acknowledge that. But then again, denial, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be there in any kind of capacity when you're trying to actually resolve anything for a blessing of a reward and resolution with the gift of life. It's amazing. So yeah, my loved ones, I do love you. I obviously haven't got your phone numbers, as I kept saying on many videos over the months and months, because someone did obviously have whatever, not only control of my mind, but actually obviously control of my device and actually my accounts and everything else. And whether they got it now or not, I have no idea. And you know, I don't really care. My phone is so fudged nuts up now with the settings, because actually, even, you know, actually none of us could work it out. All of us worked it out, and then actually we're just still doing the same thing every day anyway. So to the really awful people out there, go and enjoy your life. Stop watching me on YouTube, because actually this is the last view, and I think I'll be here for, because I actually didn't want to come back, but it was that dove that made me, and actually I chose to, because actually I was just like, oh my God, look, it's a little baby bird, and I thought it was a pigeon or a crow. It's like death, you know. And then a pigeon obviously just has a different coat to a dove, because actually they're hiding. It's a hide. So if you have a pigeon like waking up in front of you, it's because someone in your life is hiding something from you. That's a fact of natural resources, of the truth that actually isn't known. It's not a myth, it's actual truth. To then have that, obviously, that little bird, and actually this morning being told it was a dove, and I was like, oh, unconditional love, you know, love birds and, you know, doves, and oh, it was just amazing. So then the lady said, the way I was kind of expressing the kind of the night, it was like a movie scene, you know, a movie, and I'm just like, oh my God, don't talk to me about movies, you know. To then we had a magical conversation. Do you know, I love life in general, and I do acknowledge all parties, whatever they're involved with, when I'm present, whether helping or going in or a trauma, whatever it is. And I'm really grateful to myself that not only can I hold balance and actually stop conflict, I'm actually really a good girl, and I'm fine, and I'm bloody I laugh, and I'm a fucking good kid, and I can clean, and you know what, today I was just like, do you know what, fuck it. It's done, baby. Let it all go, because actually the videos, they're done. They've been deleted, and work or not, it's irrelevant. I was offered, you know, actually I had opportunities for modelling. You know, obviously that magical man in December, I absolutely loved him, because he was seen as attacking me, but he wasn't. He just had a bad morning. I knew that, because actually I stood in London feeling my bum, because oh my God, I've got a bum, let alone going up medieval stairs, actually really severely. But you know what? I done it. I do things for a reason. Everyone's here for a reason. Every day we have billions of choices, and it's up to us what the fudge nuts we do. To then see I possibly had 13,700 and whatever do subscribers, you're fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? And I always said the viewing it's not logging. I always said it. To then not only learn who the fudge nuts I am off YouTube, because actually it was a mirror image of me waffling and, you know, talking actually real, you know, traumatic shit, to then actually hilarious kind of whatevers. And then when I viewed that Canyon West, whatever, sorry, you're just a man that actually you love. I love you. You know, and I was saying the gladiators and oh God, what do you call it, contestants. And then I said, oh, you know, and then at the end I was like, you know, because I was in pain, it actually does, you know, and then my words kind of do muddle. But when I talk truth, as in when I'm kind of all there, as in pain is not there, I tell you what, no one can misunderstand me. And the people that try to misunderstand me are bullshitting not only themselves, but making it so clearly apparent in my face. I'm just like, oh God, stop wasting my time. I'm done with people like you. So to have a dove of unconditional love, and, you know, obviously let them off in your wedding day, to spend the night with that love, and obviously on that video earlier, and he was just trying to get so close to my heart. Do you know what? That was magic, and I'm privileged that actually I was there to be able to help, and I did act in the end, whether minutes later or not. It was done, and I'd done it, and I'm glad I did. To then actually learn so much more. And he's fine, she's fine, whatever. She's, yeah. Apparently they normally actually die from shock. And actually, obviously, when I have shock and I have it a lot, it can kill me too. So I say love and light. I wish you all a very good future. You might see me in, I don't know, in Vegas, or do you know what? I might go on holiday. Whatever I'm going to do, it's going to be good. Be good. Be good to you and celebrate you because you're bloody worth it. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.